Hello everybody out there in the bookverse, it's Stephanie, and today I am back with my TBR Star Hop for February. I am so excited. I am really happy about how TBR Star Hop treated me last month, and we're gonna keep fingers crossed that we have good vibes going into February as well. So let's start out by talking about what books were on my TBR for TBR Star Hop in January and see how I did. So here's my stack from January. It is small and I'm so happy about it. So we had Guild, which you don't see here, but that was for a book with royalty. I did read that. Spinning Silver, which was for a book that started with an S, which I also read. If We Were Villains was a spinner wheel pick, and I read that as well. And then Dragon Keeper was for an audiobook. I also read that, and The Grace of Kings was for a fantasy book with a beautiful cover, and I have started that. I am a couple days early filming this, and so I definitely am going to finish it by the end of January. So I win! There is no punishment for me, guys, and I am so excited. So January went great for me. I have removed that extra black hole from the board. I'll put it back in its cup where it belongs, and we are going to jump in to roll number 1 and hope that the board is nice to us this month. Okay, so we no longer have the extra black hole on the board. I am really excited about that. So happy. I'm hoping that this is going to be a good round. So here we go with roll number 1. And also, sorry about the shadow across it. That's, it's really sunny outside right now. So, hope that doesn't throw off the way you can see it too bad. Okay, big numbers. 2. Perfect. Just what I wanted. Just cruising along. Okay, Sun prompt for our first one. Okay, LGBTQ plus rep. Can do. So the first prompt we got was a Sun prompt, and it was LGBTQ plus rep. And for that one, I have chosen City of Dragons by Robin Hobb. This is the next book in her Rainwald Chronicles series. It is an adult high fantasy series that is set in her realm of the Elderlings, and we are following these keepers who are tending to these dragons as we go on this journey. So it is a very different I think series than the other ones that I have read from her, and I have not really actually been enjoying my time in this series too much, if I'm gonna be honest, but I have hopes that this one is gonna be better. I am buddy reading this with Andrew and Nico, and Andrew says that he really thought that the third one, this one right here, City of Dragons, was an improvement, and so I have high hopes that this one is gonna be better than the last two. It's actually really short. I think it is less than 500 pages. It's 425 pages, which I think is the shortest Robin Hobb book that I have ever attempted to read besides a novella. So I am excited to add this one onto my TBR and to continue on with our buddy read, because for the month of February, we are buddy reading City of Dragons. Okay, roll number 2. We can't get a lower number at least. 4. Not much bigger, but okay, we'll take it. For a moon, here we go, and a book that has a map. I feel like that's doable. I read a lot of fantasy. Next one, we got a moon, and for that one I need to read a book that has a map. As I read a lot of fantasy books, that's not super difficult, but I chose Master of Sorrows by Justin T. Call, and we do have a map in here. So there we go. It counts for this prompt. This book is a reread for me, actually. This was one of my favorite reads of 2021, and it is an adult high fantasy series. It's set in this kind of a little bit of a brutal world where magic is sometimes looked down upon, but also deformities, like physical deformities, are also looked down upon. They seem to be coming from the evil god, and the gods play a huge role in this, where you have the history and the backstory of these gods and how the world came to be what it is today. And our main character is in this school where he's learning to go retrieve these objects, and he has magical abilities and a physical deformity, so he's kind of hiding out there. But it is a very interesting interesting world. It's kind of a little bit brutal, and I really enjoy that aspect of it, actually. But I like the school setting. I like the wise mentor trope. I really enjoy a lot about this book, and I'm excited to reread it because of an exciting thing that I'm going to be doing with my friend Joanna, I think in March. So yes, definitely looking forward to rereading this in Master of Sorrows. I know it's kind of chunky, but it's going on my TBR, and the audiobook for this is included in my Audible Prime membership, so I actually got the audiobook for free, so that's pretty awesome. Roll number 3, and we're still just on the first row of the board. Yay for us. 12. I deserved that. And it's a star. Very nice. Okay, I feel like the game made it up to me and was nice on that one. And I need to read a sci-fi. Doable. Okay, next prompt, we got a star, and for that, I need to pick out a sci-fi. This was very easy for me to decide because for my subscriber picks video, it was very much a blow-away on which book won, and that is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. This is the first time that a book has won by this much. Usually the vote spreads out a bit more between the books, but this one killed it. I think it won by 15 or 20 votes. Like, you guys really want me to read Project Hail Mary, so that is what's going to be happening in the month of February. I'm really looking forward to it because I did like The Martian by Andy Weir, and I did like Artemis. It wasn't as good as The Martian, but I've heard that this is his best. And this follows a man who is out in space on his own on a mission to save the world, and he can't remember what he's doing or what he needs to do. I've heard it kind of gets different than that synopsis as you get into the book, but I'm really excited to read this one. I think it's going to be so good. I really enjoy Andy Weir's writing style. I like his humor, and I think this is going to be a really fun, fast read for me. Even though it is a pretty thick book, I think I'll be able to get through it pretty quickly, and I'm still really excited to read it. So thank you guys so much for picking this one for me. Okay, let's hope for another big number. 10. Nice! I'm liking it. Ah! No! Oh, fine. Going back. Hit a wormhole. Go back to the last wormhole. I'm not liking it. Changed my mind. Okay, so we hit a wormhole. We had to go backwards, but you know, at least it wasn't a black hole. We don't have to go back to the beginning. It's gonna be okay. We just had to go back to the wormhole before that. Now we have to draw a wormhole book. I did just update this wormhole jar with all of the series that I am currently reading. So, I'm a little bit nervous, guys. This could go well, this could go badly. I could end up with something super short like a middle grade or a super long series book. Okay, got one. I am so nervous about this. There are some series in here that I just don't want to continue on with. Okay, what do we got? Can you... Realm of the Elderlings. I already put my Realm of the Elderlings book for this month on there. So do I mean, I guess Andrew and Nico probably won't care. I'll put that back in since there are going to be more Realm of the Elderlings books, but I'm guessing I'll just read the next one then. Okay, so for my Wormhole book, I'm going to be reading the next in the Realm of the Elderlings, which is Blood of Dragons by Robin Hobb. This is the fourth and final book in the Rainwild Chronicles, and technically this was supposed to be Andrew, Nico, and I's buddy read for March, but I guess the Wormhole had different plans for me. I'm not super mad about it. I mean, I would have liked to keep on the buddy read schedule for this series, and I think it's kind of shocking that I think I have 53 series in there, and I pull out one that I literally have already put that book onto my TBR, but it's fine. The Wormhole has spoken, and so we are going to be reading Blood of Dragons in the month of February as well. 2 Robin Hobb books knocked out in the same month. I think this one is a little bit longer. This one's like 535 pages, so it's definitely like 100 pages longer than the other one, but it'll be fine. Robin Hobb's books tend to go pretty quickly for me, so I am throwing this one on and manifesting good things, and I doubt that Andrew and Nico will care that I jump ahead on the buddy read. Okay, roll number 5. Here we go again. 6. Aw, not terrible. Star at least, so we should get an easier one. A paperback, doable. I can definitely do that. Okay, next prompt. We're starting to get up there in the number of books, but we got a star, which was a paperback prompt. And for this one, I have chosen to do The Beautiful Ones by Silvia Moreno Garcia. This is actually our Top Shelf Society Book Club pick for the month of February, so I'm excited that I was able to fit it on to this TBR. This, I've heard, has a lot of romance to it. It is a historical fantasy-esque romance, and I think it has a lot to do with like coming out into society, and women having magical powers is kind of looked down upon, and so our main character has telekinetic powers, I believe, and so I feel like it might have kind of magical Bridgerton vibes, which I am kind of hoping for. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So yeah, definitely excited to add this one to the list. Plus it's a little bit shorter, which will be nice since I already have several fairly long books on there. I mean, nothing too crazy yet, but hopefully we don't add too many more on there. It's starting to stack up. Okay, I think this is roll number 6. Woohoo, here we go. 7. Fingers crossed that's not the Wormhole again. Oh, ooh, that was so close. I did not like that, guys. That was too close for comfort. Book set in a different country. Okay, so our next one, we got a Moon, and this one is a book set in a different country. And for this one, I am choosing a fantasy book that is set in a made-up country, and that is Master Artificer by Justin T. Call. This is the second book in his Silent Gods series, the sequel to Master of Sorrows. I'm really excited to read this book along with Joanna, and I'm excited to jump back into this world. I have high hopes for this because I loved Master of Sorrows so much. It's going to be a lot, I think, to read both of them in the same month, but I do want to have read both of them before March comes. So I really like the version that I got as well. It has like writing on the inside here, and it is signed and dated by the author, and I didn't even know that it was going to be that way. I went to the bookstore and got it, and got home and discovered those things in there. So I feel really lucky and special with this book, and I'm excited to read it. I think it'll be a lot of fun, but it is another chunky book going on to my TBR. So hopefully we can get to the end and not hit the black hole. Okay, so we're not going to hit this one. We want anything but an 8. Anything but an 8, and I'm not going to be mad about it. Okay, come on, be nice to me. 3. Small, but it's not an 8. Another Moon. Book that ends in an even page number. Okay, here we go. Another prompt. Still going snail pace along. We got a Moon prompt, and we need one that ends in an even page number. And for this, I have The Wall of Storms by Ken Liu. This is the sequel to The Grace of Kings, and it is the second book in his Dandelion Dynasty series. I am doing a read-along of this series on my channel. The Discord is linked down below if you want to go check that out, and I will be doing live shows for each of these books, and I am really excited to jump into this next book. I haven't quite finished the first one in the series yet, as you saw at the beginning, but I still am really looking forward to these. They're so gorgeous. The sprayed edges are stunning, and I'm just so excited to continue on with this series. It is another really chunky book though, and I am a little scared putting it onto my TBR, but I do need to read it anyways, which I will. Like, I'm definitely reading this one because it is a channel read along, and I am enjoying my time in this world so far. It's very historical and military and political based, I feel. The fantasy aspects are very minimal at this point, at least from what I've read in the first one. So I'm interested to see where we go with this series and how that develops in like the coming books. But it is another fairly thick one added on here, so let's hope that TBR Star Hop is nice to me for the rest of the game. Okay, so now we want anything but a 5. And we get a 2! Really? Like, I mean, I could... Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Just moving right along. Another star prompt. And a book that is hyped. Okay, we got another star prompt. For this one, I needed a hyped book, and I decided to go with The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. I feel like The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit are all very hyped books. They get a lot of attention, and a lot of people talk about them and say how amazing they are. I agree. This is actually a reread for me. I read this back when I was in elementary school and absolutely loved it. So this is my first reread since then, and I'm really excited. I am actually reading this one as a buddy read with my Patreons, and I am really excited. I am so glad that I am buddy reading this with those people over there. It's going to be so much fun. I'm really excited for it. So if you want to join in, link to my Patreon is down in the description box below if you want to come read The Hobbit with us. But I just want to jump back into this Lord of the Rings world. I loved it so much growing up, and I still feel like it's such an amazing, phenomenal world. And I am actually going to be a co-host for the Shelf Space Book Club in March, and we are going to be reading The Fellowship of the Ring, so I want to read The Hobbit before that, because then Abby and I are going to be buddy reading all of the Lord of the Rings in preparation for the new TV show that's coming out, and I am really pumped for that. It's going to be so much fun. So I'm really looking forward to The Hobbit. If you want to join us, go join Patreon, and yeah, let's hope that on this next roll we get to the end and we do not hit the black hole. Ugh, fingers crossed. Ooh. Okay, now we want anything but a 3, but knowing my luck, we're gonna just get another 2. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. What are the odds of that happening? I rolled 3 2s this game, and it's like one of the least likely numbers to be rolled on dice. Ugh. Okay, on the plus side, it is now impossible for us to hit this black hole, so you know, that's a good thing. Let's see what our prompt is. A book with a unique magic system. Definitely doable. Seriously, like, how did we not get to the end? At least we didn't hit the black hole. I have to, like, think on the positive side. But we got another moon, and for this one we need one with a unique magic system. And of course I'm going to add a Brandon Sanderson book onto this because he has great magic systems, and it's Elantris, which is his first book that he wrote in the Cosmere, and this is actually our Cosmere Unbounded read-along book for the month of February, and I'm excited to read this one. I've heard very mixed things. Sometimes people love it, sometimes people hate it, but I feel like I'm going to be on the camp of loving it. I really enjoy Brandon Sanderson's works, and it sounds really interesting. I mean, you have like this city where everyone has practically turned to zombies because of the magic, and it just sounds fascinating. I'm really excited to try this one out, see how I like it, and I have really high hopes for this one. I think that I'm actually going to really love Elantris. So let's jump into what is definitely going to be our last roll of TBR Star Hop. Guys, it's a little out of control. Not that it really matters what I roll at this point, but here's our last roll. And it's a 6. Could use that big number earlier. Oh my goodness, we finally made it to the end. I don't know why, but that felt like a really long and exhausting game, even though we only hit 1 wormhole and no black holes. But we did it, and let's move on to the spinner wheel. Okay, so we have reached the end. We're finally to the spinner wheel. I love the spinner wheel part of this game. I think it's so much fun. Wow. This has been a crazy This has been a crazy TBR Star Hop. I feel like I only hit 1 wormhole, and yet there are so many books on this TBR, but let's hope that I can get a nice prompt for the spinner wheel, not get too long of a book. And Past current book club pick. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, where is it? Where? Ah! Ah! Woohoo! Thanks, man. Oh, I think that's the closest I've ever come to failing this. Whew, my heart is pounding so hard, guys. This is what I get for organizing my shelves with no covers on, not in any particular order, and just based on aesthetic. Whew. Okay, here's the book. Let me go grab the cover. Okay, so I picked In My Dreams I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead, and this one is the buddy read that I'm going to be doing with Angela. We have been doing these dark academia buddy reads every month, and this is our pick for the month of February. So for that spinner wheel pick, it is essentially like buddy reads, read-alongs, book clubs. I feel like people give them different names, but it can be any of those. And since this is our pick for February, I'm really glad that I fit it in. I didn't really think about it as much while I was picking for the other ones because I guess I had already like put it up onto this shelf, which was not my smartest move, but we are going to be reading this one in February. I'm really excited for it. This is a dark academia about this school reunion at their kind of prestigious university, I think, but one of them had been murdered, like one of their classmates was murdered while they were at school, and I think one of them must have done it, and we're kind of figuring that out as we go along with them. I've heard really great things about this, and I am really excited to jump into it. It's fairly short, so it shouldn't add too much onto my already out of control ridiculous TBR, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. I've really been enjoying these dark academia buddy reads that I've been doing, and Angela and I will eventually do some sort of live show chat video or something about all of these books. We just haven't gotten around to it yet, so sorry about that. Okay, here we go. Whew. I feel like January spoiled me, and now February is like, Okay, these are the books on the list, and I think I actually own all of the books that were picked, so that's awesome. Okay, so we have City of Dragons for LGBTQ plus rep, Blood of Dragons, which was the Wormhole pick, The Beautiful Ones, which was for a paperback, The Hobbit, which was for Hyped, In My Dreams I Hold a Knife for Spinner Wheel, Elantris for Unique Magic System, The Wall of Storms for, oh gosh, what was Wall of Storms for? Oh, Even Page Number, Master Artificer for a book set in a different country, Master of Sorrows for a book with a map, and Project Hail Mary for a sci-fi. So here's our stack, guys. It's a little out of control, it's a little ridiculous, and there are 10 books on this list. And we only hit one wormhole and no black hole. That is ridiculous. Oh, it's heavy. There we have it. That was a little bit of a, I feel like TBR Star Hop was actually not very nice to me this month, even though I only hit one wormhole. Like, I feel like I shouldn't have 10 books on my list when I only hit one wormhole. I snailed along, guys. The dice hated me. It was painful. There's a lot of thick books on there. I will have to figure out a page count for you and put it up here so you can see how many pages is in this TBR, because it looks very daunting and I have no idea how I'm possibly going to be doing that because I'm getting into a pretty difficult class in my school and university right now, and okay, we'll see how this goes. Might be pulling that black hole right back out, but fingers crossed I can pull this off. Whew. Okay, let me know which of these books you're most excited for me to read. If you want to join in the channel read along for the Dandelion Dynasty, Discord's down below. If you want to join it in the buddy read for the Hobbit, my Patreon is down below. And as always, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, hit the subscribe button down below and the bell icons to be notified when I post new content, and you'll see how I fared with all of these books. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.